Hello. Hello, Tom. How's it going? How you doing? We are. That should be the new. That's what we should be doing. Elevator sim.
Okay, let's go.
That could be a VR game. Hello, CKTL. How's it going on? Oh, I'm alright. I feel a bit unwell, but I'm alright. I don't know. I was alright this morning, and then I don't know. Something came over me. Le Mon Dieu, Sacre Bleu. I thought, we might as well live stream for a bit. Take it easy in the sim rig with the chaps and the chapinas. The quality of the tree graphics. I'm all about the trees. I tried Ghost Extraction or whatever it's called. What's it called? Ghost. What's it called? Sweaty Men Extraction. Sweaty. Oh, what was it called? It's a new shooter, but it's not very good. What was it? Arena. Sweaty Men. Arena Tooth Extraction. I don't know. It's like a. Oh no, we're gonna rain. I can't do rain. Oh, it didn't really matter. We've got LMP2 car. Yeah, I'm fine. We're just here to take it easy. Nice. Arena Ghost Bake Off. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain. How do you even know? Track is dry. What's RH stand for? Relative humidity. 82. Wow. This is a practice session. You want to race? I feel wrecked. I don't know what. I had some rice and fish. I don't feel like I got food poisoning. I was alright this morning. Maybe it's the heat. Oh, I don't know. Last night. We got the jazz music. It's good. Oh no. No speed limit on this, is there? Let's bind one. What do you mean don't do Le Mans? It's a good track. Where's the speed limiter button? Pause. Pause. Weather. In-car. Bias. Throttle. Traction control. Where's the speed limiter? Pit limiter. Use this button. Hello, Night. 32 degrees. Yeah, it was 32 yesterday. It's like 20 something here. Ah, my my upset tummy. I have an upset. I don't know what's going on. My chat room is wonky. Let's fix that. Ah. I do. Oh God, I'm just physically wrecked. I don't know why I haven't done anything. I'm normally alright in the heat. Maybe I ate something. Maybe the rice I had was poisoned or something. Oh, I just broke the speed limit again. It's old out, it probably is. Twitch is where it's at for the thought viewership. I don't blame them. If I was an attractive woman, I would do that. Why? I have nothing against him.
The pace car is out of control.
Thanks for following. Okay. It's because they're trying to help you. I'm trying to help you feel better. Oh, even my hands are hurting. What's wrong? I can't have... I haven't been outside. I mean, I haven't been around people. I feel like I've got flu or something. Oh, these are good trees. I don't know what your problem is. Oh dear. Thanks for following hash bash 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 bash. Yeah, go and watch Thought or something. I mean, fair play to him. I say, like, if I was sexy, I would totally take advantage of it. But then, I mean, the thing, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you follow women with a Canon camera. I wouldn't have the confidence to do thotting, I don't think. Like if I was hot, or like let's say. Right, even if like, say I was a hot guy and I was like, oh, I could thought for gay men. I don't think I would, actually. I think if I was a hot woman, I'd be like, oh, I don't really want to do that. I don't know, maybe I would though. I don't know. But whatever. If it's what they want to do and they don't feel forced into it, then it's fine, I guess. That sim racing thought stole my idea of the foot camera stuff. I came up with that. Even the thoughts are copying me, guys. I totally came up with the whole naked foot cam idea as a way to make money out of people. And I bet you she copied me, clearly. Yeah, I'm a thought innovator. Oh, I'm going to hit you. Where's he gone? Oh, that's nice that they put little markers so you know how much you can cut the track. I like that. I like the bollards they put on the racetracks. Yeah. I think it can accidentally increase sexism though, in the sense that if you're like an archetypally I can't say the word. If archetypally, if you're like a sexy guy or a sexy girl, and then you go into a space where it's a minority of sexy guys or women or men or whatever, and the sexy bit doesn't matter, then if you go into it and you're like thotting on it, it can add to the idea that only, you know, women or men are just objects. Do you see what I mean? So no battle. So I could see how, you know, because although it's not really everyone's responsibility though, is it, for themselves it's a bit absurd to say that all men and all women represent all men and all women. But you could see why, you know, if you're trying to get equality and then you have someone that's basically thotting, they're only going to be adding to the image of the women just being an object as opposed to a person. Hey, my stream is great quality. How dare you? How does it? Good-looking people, male or female, have a massive advantage. What do you mean? Like, you get such an advantage in life if you're good-looking. Oh, I forgot, for streaming, yeah. You got to remember, there's a lot of gay guys. There's a lot of gay men out there that would totally watch. I think a lot of straight men don't realise this. You know, because I guess they just don't think about it. 'Cause if they'd have gay friends, they'll be like, oh. There'll be loads of, like, you get loads of women as well watching men that are just good looking. Is looks subjective? It is to a degree, but there's averages that most people will agree on, and then there's also cultural norms for certain cultures that will generally be regarded as good looking. But yeah, I mean, if someone's like generally slim and personable and you know, well dressed and stuff, yeah, being good looking gets you so much. Well, for men also, being tall gets you so much of an advantage in life. It's ridiculous. People get such a pretty pass. men and women. It's hilarious. This is really funny because it's so obvious. Sexist pig. I'm a sexy pig. Ow. I'm not sure why he's doing into me. Oh, car's broken.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course. You've got wheel damage.
You can't get cancelled for being reasonable. Well, I guess you probably could. I don't believe what for sim racing. Yeah, you do. Bonk. Being good looking gets you an advantage in everything, male or female. Yeah, like even not even a sexual thing. Like younger men would look at they would look at like a young, like if you, they would look at like a healthy looking or sporty looking older man and go, oh, that's inspirational. So it has like a really good well, being fat can have an advantage among like certain niches and stuff. But yeah, the pretty pass applies, or being tall, fitting into culture norms, has great advantages for men and women. But yeah, being good looking is. I mean, I don't know. I guess if maybe you've not been around marketing stuff and things. If you ever go around like, well, go to like a motorsports event, and tell me, like, ask people what their jobs are, and you'll find that the people in higher up positions tend to be better looking. Can't just be chance. It's not coincidence. Yeah, tall men, it's well studied that tall men have a big advantage. Yeah, well, you know, I'd fit right into the F1 crowds. There we go. I obviously benefit from pretty privilege a lot. Stats. 14.5% of members 6 foot taller. 58%. There you go. There you go. The most beautiful dome. I mean, you have to think though, for like influencing and YouTube and media and stuff. It's a visual thing, isn't it? Yeah, but Napoleon probably had like family connections, innit? When did he only have one arm? Hang on, I don't really know enough about the Napoleonic Wars. It's a part. I need to read some books on that. I really don't know anything about that period of history. I've read quite a few books on. I've read quite a few books on medieval Britain and medieval Europe. I've read a lot of stuff on the like 1930s, 40s, 50s. Europe, but I really haven't read anything on like the Napoleonic Wars and stuff. Well, everybody, thank you. I should do. Yeah, people were shorter in the past generally due to diet and things. Well, if you're over 6 foot and you go into like a old building, you bang your head on everything. I don't know if it's height to do with diet of your mother. Men are shrinking again. Fun fact, this the room that I live stream in is the same height as me. Exactly. So if I stand up, my head's on the ceiling, exactly. It's exactly my height. Like, down to the millimetre. That's why I shaved my head. Yeah. I wouldn't fit otherwise. Yeah. So I mean, so the whole thought thing. Yeah, I don't think I would do it actually. Like I say, I have nothing against it. But I don't think I would do it, even like for men or women or whatever, or if I was a man or a woman or whatever, like either way around. I don't think I don't know, maybe you make a lot of money, But it depends. I guess if I did do it, it wouldn't be like really explicit stuff. It'd just be like basic modelling stuff. I'd do that. I think it is. I appreciate it if someone's, if a guy is like worked out and built their body up and shaped their body and stuff, or a woman's like got fit and healthy and stuff, like, why not appreciate that? No, I wouldn't do explicit stuff because it's too dangerous. I'm really quite conservative. But I'm not. I believe other people should do whatever they do. Yeah, but I wouldn't myself.
Left side. Clear.
Naked in the city. Well, nudity's alright. It's just like over the top stuff. I think it's got some psychological risks to it, but then also the adult industry is very dangerous, I think, as well. So it's too dangerous. Well, that's what you'd have to consider, wouldn't you? I mean, I would. Oh, that was a different time. Different time. Driving through France here. This should be done with the Shelby Cobra. That'd be good. Shelby Cobra IMSA. Do you think if we got a drive for an LMP2 car, do you think they'll let us put a hi-fi in it so we can listen to jazz whilst we're driving? Is it in the MX-5? I do like VIR, yeah, good track. Yeah, it works alright, doesn't it, that mod? Pretty good. See, this is the thing with like cars, like that Cobra. If I had like, I just don't think. I was thinking about maybe I could get an MX-5 or something. I mean, I don't drive in real life, so. But like, I was thinking, if I was gonna get a car, I could get like one of the newer MX-5s, or I could get like a, I couldn't afford it now, but like potentially could get a Shelby Cobra or something. But I was thinking, it's really not worth it, is it? Like, it's really not worth it. Like, I think car ownership is a very much a chore. Like, I understand if you've got to commute to work, you have to own a car, and it's a reliable car. That's great, but like a car for pure entertainment's sake, I would like to, it'd be nice to look at a Shelby Cobra every day. But I think it would just end up being an absolute chore. As nice as because I do think they look awesome and they sound amazing, and I think it'd be really nice to drive. It's one of the few cars that I think would be nice to just drive around. It's the funniest thing in the world. Yeah, I've never owned a car. My family a lot would never like. Well, we had 2 cars growing up, but would never. They're not car people at all. I like the idea of driving race cars on racetracks every now and again.
You got about 5 laps of
I just think there's sort of the idea. So, The fantasy is you have like a double garage, and maybe a garage that also has a little pit in it, so you can do stuff on your car. You live in a nice climate, and your car doesn't break. That's the fantasy. It's like, oh, a Shelby Cobra or like a nice MX-5 or some vintage car, and you know, oh, I'm gonna get in my car. Oh, I'll go for a nice drive along the beach. That's and the car doesn't break, and the insurance companies aren't annoying, and you have to queue to the petrol station, and all this, like, the fantasy is that it just works. The reality, though, is, the insurance rates have gone up. That's annoying. Oh, something's broken on it or rattling that you can't fix straight away, and you have to book it in, and then they've changed the date of when they can fix it, and then they've not fixed it properly, and then you have to talk to someone to get them to fix it properly. Then you don't have enough space in your garage. Oh, they don't have the actual part for the car. Oh, you have to order it in. Oh, that order's not arrived properly. Oh, you have to be in for the post when that order comes in, but the post hasn't been delivered on time. Do you know what I mean? That's the reality of ownership of complex machinery. So, and that to me never offsets the joy of ownership. Like that, the having something. Like, you're better off not having like walking in a field, right? It can't go wrong. Oh, that's nice grass. So it's changed from last season. Oh, there's an animal I've not seen before. That looks nice. It's doing all the work itself. Oh, I've got lavender in my garden. And it's like, oh, there's some bees collecting pollen. That's nice. I have to do anything. I can just sit there watching them all work really hard. And the lavender, the only thing I have to do with the lavender is cut it back once a year, because it grows back 10 times as much each year. You get mounted by a cow. I think you'd notice there are actually Highland cows on one of the near me where I go walking, but they're really slow. They're not going to mount you. They'll probably just stare at you. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Ownership is... Genuine question. What do you do for baseline sim for force feedback? What do you baseline for sim force feedback feel on, if not for IRL driving? Well, first of all, driving sims aren't like real life fundamentally, because they're abstract. So what you'd probably want to go by, well, you can set up a sim to try and match a real steering column, but most real cars actually have quite bad feel through the steering wheel. Same with planes. So yeah, you just set up your force feedback to what's comfortable and what lets you feel a range of the forces in the game, and then you can fiddle around with settings to see what gives you more or less forces. And then if the wheel's like making it harder for you to drive because it's too heavy, too strong, or if the wheel is overactive, then you can add a bit of damper and stuff to it. So just do it based off what gives you the most amount of detail to be able to drive from, really, and then what's comfortable. But as I say, I mean, I have driven like 4 or 5 different types of go-kart, 4 or 5 different types of, well, like 3 different road cars, two race cars, and like some sports stuff. Most real car steering wheels feel pretty terrible. Bumper carts, yeah, they're pretty bad force feedback. Hello, Eon Murphy, how's it going? By the way, guys, this Ghost Ship non-alcoholic beer is really good. It tastes, if you like the Punk AF non-alcoholic beer, it's more like a pale ale. It's really quite nice. It's, I think it might beat Punk AF non-alcoholic. Doesn't really taste like beer. Oh, I'm actually not too far off like a pale ale, but obviously it doesn't have any alcohol flavour to it. So, oh, it's raining. Great, fantastic. That's going to add to the fun of things, isn't it? That's it. That's why I have to bring it up. Do you know the rain in iRacing, right? Who really wants to race in the rain? Like even this guy is sad. He's sat there. He hasn't even got an umbrella. He's just soggy. I don't know if I've had a Heineken non-alcoholic.
I don't like ACC, but I do like the
normal.
But that is amazing.
The normal.
So it's probably one of the
best.
But
Hello, Thomas.
The or not the best simulation to practice like.
Oh, how do I turn the windscreen wiper on?
Mods. It's really good.
Thought I had it on. Is there not an auto wiper option? Toggle windscreen wipers. Oh, did I have it? Oh, I think I would had it bound. Is Delta Force out? I tried the Ghost Extraction. What was it called? Ghost something or other. That's just gone into open access. It wasn't very good. I mean, the graphics were nice. All that stuff seemed okay, but the game was just a bit thin. Bloody hell! Did I put wet tyres on?
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Hello, Geoda. This is just going to be a really bad 45 minutes, isn't it? What were iRacing thinking with the rain?
The officials don't like the way you're driving. Your lap times will be deleted until you refit the car and try again.
Well, we do have wet tyres on. Yeah, I know, but you shouldn't listen to people. I can't drive this.
One more lap.
I mean, I don't know. I just abandoned logic, really. I won't worry about anything. It's like driving on butter. Butter racing. Butter car. Butter. Butter. I even know where you need to brake in the wet. I mean, do you like how the water feels? I don't even know. Back in the salt mines, yeah, we're just taking it easy. I'm not feeling too well, so I thought I could just relax with some iRacing. We're not even getting past the first few corners on this. It'll be fun. There's going to be carnage. This car's really fragile as well. It breaks if you look at it wrong. Just explodes. The road's well slippy. Butter road. Ah, the race isn't at night. It better not be. I can't deal with that. Night and rain. Too old for that. This is Porsche Raceway. Also the most realistic. Very slippy. That's it. Did a lap. That's probably a pole. Podium. Win. Oh, look, second. No one. I guess other people are struggling, or they haven't finished their lap yet. That's probably more likely. World record right there. P2, yeah. Why is nobody qualified? What are they doing? What's going on? Oh, well, I don't think we're going to be finishing the outlap here. It's because they need jazz music. Le Mans! That's just French for the men's? It's a very odd way to tell people where the male's urinal is. You should call it, in a pub it should be Le Mans and Le Woman's. Le Mans! Le Woman's. That's well good, that. It's a good joke. No battle! I don't know, we're battling. Fixed setup, I've got the rain. I don't even know what's happening here. Wet tyres. Weather. Oh, let's just look at that. I'm in the swimming pool. It's all good.
One to go. Next time by. Line up on the right.
We'll just do auto fuel.
Closed. No sign of this rain stopping.
No sign of this.
On a wet tire.
Well,
The estimated SOF is...
Hang on. Why am I second?
1,847. It's
What?
competitive out there. Head down, stay sharp.
What's happened here? What's the best French track? It's not Paul Ricard. Why did France have so many terrible racetracks? Le Mans alright actually for what it is. But Paul Ricard's terrible. What's a good French racetrack? Germany has loads of good racetracks. Rouen, Dijon, Chardin, Rouen, Magnicon, Lyon. Monaco's not really France, is it? Donington, Le Donington, Le Brandshatch, Le Alton Park. every track in French. L'Euro d'America. Which is the most French sounding track? It's got to be Rouen.
Catch 25 car. Catch 30 car.
Hang on. Why am I in front? What's going on here? Saying stay behind the 30 car. Okay. Why is it saying that? I thought I was in. Why am I in first if I'm second? I'm so confused. What's going on? Should I not be in second rather than first? No, we don't want any room. This is going to be carnage. There's no way we're doing a clean lap. We're going to get ploughed. Le ploughed. What's this guy doing? What is going on? We've got planes flying over. Sacre bleu!
Going green.
They wouldn't allow the planes to fly in formation in this weather. They wouldn't be able to see each other. Le disaster.
Green, green, green.
Can I go?
There's an incident ahead.
What? Can I just go? What is happening? Le disaster. Oh la la. Ah! What's he doing? What? How? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? That guy's just ploughed me in a hypercar. What a stupid game. What? Like, how is that not a weak ban? Le battle. My car's wrecked. What's this? Is stupid. Le battle. I mean, really? What is that? Well, maybe we can keep going. I think my car's totally wrecked.
Go left.
As you can see, the rain has added a lot to this to this simulator.
Car on the right, car stop on the left.
We're going.
Car stop on the left. Car stop on the left.
We might be okay somehow. I imagine we've got quite severe damage, but
Car right. Clear on the right.
iRacing is the most advanced and comprehensive racing simulation software in the world. It's also the most realistic.
I just don't understand how. How is that? That should just be a weak span, right? Like there's a race, he's spun, and then he's gone full speed. How are hello, games? Like under what context? That would have probably have killed me if it was real life. How's it going, Mr. Game Tech? Game Tech, you've just missed the most ludicrous race start. You're just like, honestly, I don't know what's going on here. Apparently our car's okay though. Yeah, I'd be interested to see it from his view. Oh yeah, to be fair, guys, check out GameTech UK's channel. He does lots of sims and stuff, and construction and farm sim and bus sim and lift operator sim and fishing simulator. He does all of them.
You got a slow car on the left.
Why can't people drive at all in the wet?
Side, clear.
Sim racing, sim simulator.
Left side. Clear on the left.
Yeah, well, you have to keep in mind, if you charge people a lot of money, it keeps crashes out of the game. I reckon it's not to do with the simulator, it's to do with how much you charge for it. Everyone knows that. The spray effect looks nice. I'm enjoying the moisture here.
Car right. Clear on the right.
That's true. Like, I was probably invisible, which is only my fault for not being more visible. I should have put a lighthouse on top of my car so he could have seen it. This is the best way to wash your car. This is actually the most common way that LMP2 cars are washed. Hang on a minute. After all that, I'm not actually last. Right, if we could...
You got a slow car on the right.
Guys, if we could get a podium out of this, this would be the most ridiculous podium in the history of iRacing.
Okay, let's go.
Slow car ahead.
Well, there's a bit... Oh, is that an LMP2? There's bodywork. How is my car not completely written off? Hang on. Andre's... He's just messaged me saying, where are you braking? He's just messaged me saying, where am I braking? I don't know. T1 in the wet on Le Mans with a full grid of cars, and I'm in second place. Maybe I'm being a bit cautious, but because there's like no visibility. I don't think I was actually braking though. I mean, to be honest, it is. In fairness, I don't know where I'm braking because I don't know the track in this car. So, but like, why was he an LMP2 car spinning before the start-finish line? So, you know. Is he meant to have a rear wing that's missing? Well, you don't drive on the racing line, particularly in the wet. Well, you can do, but like you need to be very careful because it's very slippy when it's this wet.
You got a slow car on the left.
Like, as you see, they can barely get through the corners, so. Yeah, given that this is like waterlogged track, you would be taking it easy into T1. You're not going to be poning it. Hello, Yoko. I mean, what do I know? I'm just I've never driven a real Le Mans race, so I wouldn't know. Mind you, I actually did. Do you remember Le Mans 2 years ago where the LMDH cars crashed on the first corner? That's pretty funny. Hang on, we're catching 8.6 seconds. I don't know, Yoko. I've seen the old Le Mans movie. I've not seen the new one. Or maybe I have. Oh no, I haven't seen the new one.
There's an incident behind. Car stopped on the left. You've got about 5 laps of fuel. Go right.
We need to do a lap before we can turn the auto fuel thing on.
You're in fifth.
I'm in fifth. Got 4 laps of fuel. My favourite movie? I don't really have a specific one. I like lots of films. I like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Terminator 2. Loads of films. Loads of films. But I don't know, lots of stuff. I like 60s films as well. Lawrence of Arabia. Terrible film, but I like it. I like the filming in it.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time game.
Well, I can't think of any good films I've seen recently. I honestly can't think of a good modern film. There probably are. There's probably some. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Cars move. Yeah, Cars movie, well good. I don't know. I've not seen the last Dune movie. I started watching the first one. It just seemed a bit, the acting and stuff was a bit rubbish. Yeah. What about classic, like 80s films are so good, like Labyrinth and yeah, 80s films. What about that Peter Pan movie? Saving Private Ryan was good. Schindler's List was really good. I really like Steven Spielberg films, to be honest. I don't know if he uses the same... So I like John Williams' music as well. But I'm not really sure if Spielberg uses the same... if he uses the same... you know, the director of... the camera director. But I generally like Spielberg films. I like the filming of them. Even the... what was that? Munich was really good. It's just nicely filmed. Yeah, so I watch films for like the wrong reason. That's what I was saying. Like Lawrence of Arabia is, the acting's atrocious, and it's very slow, but the filming is really nice. There's some really good filming in it. I like photography and stuff. So the original Star Wars films. Oh yeah, Die Hard. Can't go wrong with that. Well, the new ones are crap, but the old ones are well good. Yeah. I need to watch Aliens. I don't think I've seen the first Alien film all the way through. I have, but I don't remember it. I'll have seen it when I was a teenager. I think the 80s and 90s was a good period of film because you had the late part, but it was before CGI got like too like stupid, and there's still a lot of practical effects being used. So the films feel a bit more solid and real, and the CGI that was used in the like late 90s was mostly like effects, like little effects and stuff and background things, not like the main characters. So I like practical effects in films and models and stuff. And also the pacing and editing of 70s, 80s and 90s and early 2000s. The editing's a lot slower because they didn't have as much budget, I guess, or they just didn't try to do as many cuts, so as a result the pacing was slower, and so good films would focus more on dialogue a lot of the time. I like Forrest Gump was a good film. I mean that's completely goes against what I just said because there's a lot of scenes in it, but like, you know what I mean, there wasn't like the thing that happens now to make up for a film having bad dialogue and probably a bad plot. They try and hypnotise the viewer by having a billion cuts. Big Fish was a good film. That was like 98. Trainspotting, that was a good film. Is it called Trainspotting? Trainspotting, I think. Lock, Stock, all those films, they're really good. Green Mile was good, yeah. Loads of like... The Terminal was a really good film. Lots of like... Do you remember Big? Lots of Tom Hanks films were really good as well.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, there's... In older films, there would be more time spent on shots. To be fair, most of you know, like Django, Pulp Fiction. I didn't enjoy Kill Bill, but all those films they're entertaining films. Even the ones that you might not like or enjoy that much, they're good films. Yeah, I enjoy Big Fish. I thought it was quite sad, actually. I can't take nostalgia.
Taking the lead.
I break down. Any the start of Up, that sort of thing. Oh, I can't take it.
The car in front is pitting.
Oh, we've got like 2 laps. Oh, I really liked War Games. Also, there's a Kevin Mitnick film. I mean, there's the original Hackers, which is hilarious. That's amazing, that film. The original Hackers with Angelina Jolie and... Hack the Planet! That film's so bad, it's good. So good, it's so terrible. The bad guy's on a skateboard in the data centre. Ah, there's so many things in that film that's amazing. So terrible. Hack the Planet! Oh, that's so good. Zero Cool. Oh, that was such a good film. I mean, obviously, I failed to mention the best films. Sorry for the film buffs out there. Sorry for forgetting the Ninja the Protector, Ninja Golden Warrior, Return of the Ninja, Champion of the Ninjas. Sorry, sorry that I think those are obviously the best films ever made. Ninja, yeah, they're real films. The only films that have made me pee myself laughing. I've said this before. I honestly, I peed myself laughing at one of those films, and also genuinely got tunnel vision from laughing so hard. Like, genuinely was passing out. I couldn't breathe because it was so funny. Full on tunnel vision. Almost died because it was so stupid. Absolute sheer genius of comedy and completely accidental. Oh, well then, what's the film where they've got to go through the game? Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger where they've got to go through the game? It's like an 80s game show, and they've got like different rooms, and they have to get to the end of it. That was good. Running Man, yeah, that was good. See, proper films. And then the original Battle Royale, the Japanese one, that was awesome as well. I quite enjoyed Hunger Games, actually. The first Maze Runner film was really good. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I got good taste in films, guys. All my films would be the £5.50 to rent at Blockbuster films. Oh, I mean, and then also, I mean, come on, like Naked Gun and all those films, Aeroplane. You know, obviously they're at the top. Yeah. There's probably like about 500 really good films, and it'd be hard for me to say categorically like which is the actual, you know. Same with music, it depends on your mood, doesn't it, as to which is currently the best in your mind. I watch Jurassic Park every year. It really pisses my mum off. So funny. Every Christmas, we watch Jurassic Park, and me and my sister have seen it like 1,000 times. and my mum gets really pissed off when we watch it because we just know all the words to the whole film. And every year, it's like my mum forgets that every year we watch it. She's like, why are you saying? Why you know what's happening? So funny. Oh dear. Yeah, Jurassic Park's a well good Christmas film. Clever girl. I know DNA. Oh, what else is there? It's a Unix system. Life finds a way. I need to watch. I've started getting through the James Bond films. They are really good. The original James Bond films, absolutely amazing. They're so terrible, but I love the sets. Are like obviously filmed on a soundstage in a studio. Like in the first, I think it's Goldfinger maybe. What's the one where he's walking through? He's in a jungle, not jungle. He's like tropical, and he's walking through like this rivery bit. Like watery bit to get onto the island where there's the villain's base. Is it Goldfinger maybe? I don't know, but like it's so obviously a film set, like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film, where it's so obviously like, do you know what I mean? The water's like only this deep, and it's I love stuff like that. But yeah, also the how like misogynistic James Bond is, it like to an absurd level, and how bad it is. Like it's just Austin Powers. Is just Austin Powers without a laugh track, and James Bond is just such an arse. it's so dumb. It's so ridiculously dumb. It's really yeah, it's really good. I've still got like a couple of them to watch. I haven't seen the last two James Bond films either. The new James Bond video game's coming out next year, developed by the Hitman developers. So that could be quite good actually. Best James Bond? It's got to be Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye, obviously, because that was the first James Bond film I remember seeing, so it's obviously the best. I mean, the game, the game's based on it, so I think you would. Oh, I don't know. I was going to say like Sean Connery is probably like the proper classic one, but I think Daniel Craig did a really good job, because I actually think James Bond shouldn't be likable. So I think actually either you do James Bond like if you watch the original James Bond films now, it's like a parody. It wasn't made as a parody. It was made as like a male fantasy type thing for like 12-year-olds. Like James Bond was meant to be like an Andrew Tate or something, like a weird 14-year-old distorted male fantasy of what being a man is, right? But I think that's like that, but absolutely taking the piss out of him is like an Austin Powers thing. But Austin Powers is actually quite likable, but like actually taking the piss out of him is really is a good way of doing it, I think. Or James Bond should not be likable at all, like the Daniel Craig. Is that his name? Like you should basically be like, I really don't like him, but like you like all the supporting actors and stuff, and do you know what I mean? I think that works really well for those films. But I think the Pierce Brosnan James Bond is like the most likable and somewhat normal. But I think the James Bond films should be taking the piss at, like, you should really think he's a knob. but also kind of like him in a sense, but also be like, oh, he's a total arse. He shouldn't be.
All the damage is repairable.
He shouldn't be like, you know, the Bourne, you know, the original Bourne film. He should, because he's likable. That character is likable. I don't think he should be like that.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, make the new James Bond films like the 60s James Bond films, but take the piss out of James Bond. Like, you know. Well, I don't think he's supposed to be the man we want to be. He's supposed to be like a, as I say, like a 13-year-old weird male fantasy of what being a man is. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be like misogynistic and a total arse. But like the key is to like take the piss out of it. Like, you're not endorsing it. You're laughing at it, at him, and saying how pathetic it is. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Yeah, I when I watched, so it was the original, GoldenEye, and the one with the boat through central London. So I must have been like a teenager when those came out, and yeah, the gadget stuff. You could actually do a good spy film where it's focused more on like the gadgets and doing cool stuff. So like if you had like a Bourne type character and then cool gadgets, that was a bigger part of it, I think, in the past. That was more of like the Brosnan era, I think. Yeah, Mission Impossible is basically that, isn't it? Well, the Bourne films are really good, but they got the last couple. The first one was amazing, but then they started doing that really bad filming where they would shake the camera everywhere, so they might even be doing good choreography, but you couldn't even tell because the cameras and the edits were insane. Totally ruined the film. Like the last one, I think it was the last one, the one before. I just stopped watching it. I just couldn't. I couldn't watch it. I was just like, this is just stupid. Ah, just another terrible racer. Why are you're watching Pipes? At least you're being paid to watch Pipes. Well, did you see the Olympic closing ceremony stuff? Tom Cruise is so old now. I mean, to be fair, I think was it Reacher was all right, but yeah, Tom Cruise is just so old. He looks like an old man, and so it's a bit weird. Him like being an old man but trying to act as if he's not. Whereas if you had like, you know, with like Leslie Nielsen, he obviously did all the comedy films. He was quite old in all of them, but it was totally fine because he was never like pretending to be like a 20-year-old. We need a new Leslie Nielsen. We need that. That comedy has gone. Oh, Groundhog Day was a good film. Yeah, what we need, like a new sort of dry, ridiculous puns, just stupid, like really stupid, obvious jokes, and then stuff in the background. You know, like those Naked Gun films are so dumb. But you can watch them now and they're fine. They're not dated at all. And like Aeroplane, it's perfect. It's a perfect film. Yeah, I know they get a lot of money because they're paid a lot as influencers. We're gonna get 4th place in this. This is the most pointless race on iRacing. Oh, that'll be good. Yeah, well, so they're not really paying Snoop Dogg for him being there, if that makes sense. It's more that Snoop Dogg as a brand will get X numbers of viewers to see Snoop Dogg, and so that's where the value is. It's not really about paying the person, it's Snoop Dogg as a brand, isn't it? So it's pretty amazing how much that sort of stuff can make. Well, that was yeah, the thing with motion blur and camera shake. That's another reason why I really like older films, because the cameras were so big. They had to stick them on like huge tripods, so they couldn't move the cameras around all over the place. And you know, they'd be on like a rail, or you know. Whereas now, cameras can be the size of a GoPro and still be integrated into the shoot. Like those little epic 8K cameras. I saw the woman that did the piss take. Fair credit to the Australian woman that got into the thing though. Like, why not? How good is that? I think the problem with the Olympics is people take it too seriously. You know, it should be some. If you're going to take it really seriously, the athletes should be all paid appropriately, which they're clearly not at the moment because it's amateur. Or you go, look, it's not really about the best people in the world. It's a promotional event for peace and stuff, and therefore we keep the budget down, and you know. It's kind of weird how humanity takes people running 100 meters so seriously. You know, or like swimming, or like jumping over a pole. It's like, it is ridiculous. I mean, it's fine, you can take anything seriously, and it takes a lot of dedication to jump over a pole better than other people, but it is all a bit silly, really. Like all sport is, and you know. It's fine. I'm not saying that's an inherently bad thing, but it is very silly, which is fine. But pretending that it's not silly is the weird thing, and then it all gets very serious, you know, because people don't want to identify that what they're doing is very silly because they put a lot of work into it. Yeah, exactly. Well, everything's very silly. It's fine. But it's when people arbitrarily pick one thing that they go, well, this isn't silly, but this is silly. It's like they have to be told what is and isn't silly, when actually all of it is really a bit silly, and that's fine. That's good. That's actually a good thing. Like being born. You don't choose to be born on a planet rotating through space to then have a brain that makes you aware of yourself and what's going on around you, to then experience everybody you care about die around you, and then you die. Well, come on! That's the biggest, most stupid joke ever. And here you have people getting distracted with kicking balls and things and taking it all very seriously. So, oh dear. I didn't ask to be put here. I'm going to get 4th place. After being punted in the bottom. I'm not saying that kicking a... This is the thing. Oh, I can't say anything. I'm not saying that kicking a ball around doesn't matter. Like, I'm not... Where's he going? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do football or arbitrary sports. I think it's great. I'm just saying it's all, that there's a lot of things and they're all very silly. It's pretending that they're not silly is the problem. It was a solid drive, yeah. We've intimidated the GT3s out of the way. That's how you overtake in this. I've studied the ways. I've become one with the simulator. Nobody else knows how to hustle a GT3 car out of the way. Like me. I take whatever line I want. I'm freestyling. I'm like the Australian break dancer of iRacing. I know. Why not? Tiddlywinks is great. Oh, we're 18 seconds from 4th. We almost did it. To be fair, considering we got punted, we could have got a podium. Ray Gun. The fact that her name is Ray Gun as well. Oh, it's so stupid. Ray Gun. Fair play to her. No, honestly. Well done. I would be so proud if I was Ray Gun and I did that dance at the Olympics. I would be, honestly, that for me, I would have been so happy if I could have done that. Genuinely would have been. Imagine you got the video, and any time you could just load it up and go, "Yep, I did this at the Olympics." It'd be amazing. That would make me so happy. That would make me really happy. She's done more than I'll ever do. Sorry we didn't get a podium, guys. I put in a lot of work into that and we just couldn't deliver the result that we deserved.
There's the flag. It's over.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Great job. You did really well.
Right, let's see what happened at the start here. That was probably one of the dullest races I've ever experienced. But it was alright, it was okay, we finished, so. Right, so first of all, these guys all crashed before the bloody start line. I don't know what that's about. That's not my fault. Hang on. You'd have to wait 15 seconds. You what? What?
Gracias.
Hey, what do you mean wait 16 seconds? Hello? What? Just because they all crashed, you don't have to wait 15 seconds for... Like, it's not part of the game, is it? The game was telling me stay behind car 30. So I'm doing that. I'm just staying behind them. I'm doing what the game told me to do. Also, I'm not in first. I'm in second here, and I'm just doing what the game is telling me. Stay behind car 30. So I'm doing what the game's telling me. If the game's programmed to tell me to do that, well, I'm going to bloody do it. And they've crashed. That's their fault. That is their fault. How is this my fault here? Like, I don't want to be driving behind this vehicle in the spray. So I've moved out where it's nice and clear. He's broke there, and then this guy's just rammed me. Oh, hang on. It's the LMP2? This is this guy. He's blaming me. So it wasn't an LMDH, it's this LMP2 car. Why is... He almost drove into this guy, and then he's just rammed me. How is that my fault? How is that my fault? He's not even second place, he's third place. This guy that was in first place, this guy's supposed to be first place. This guy's supposed to be first place, but he can't get through. He can't get through the corner. Look. He can't get through the corner here, so he's had to wait. He's first place. He's had to wait and then drive around the back, and he's lost like 8 places because of the LMDH. Oh, dear. No, this is totally reasonable from me. The track is like, we've had a weird start, weird shit's happening. The track is waterlogged. There's spray everywhere. He's like broke, and that is what's caused this guy to you've got to take it easy in the wet. If it's a waterlogged track at the start of a race, you have to take it easy. I didn't slam my brakes on. As you can see, this guy broke. The LMDH car broke. I'm not braking. So this guy had the warning from the LMDH and then just drove into me. He could see me clearly. So why is he... Like, if it's this wet and there's this much spray... Why is he just going for... Like, he doesn't know where the cars in front of me are. So... For all he knows, there could be like someone spinning in front or something. iRacing, guys. Yeah, he's blaming me in the chat. No, hang on. So, yeah, why, WTF, why are you braking? Well, the car on the right was braking. We're being careful. It's the start of the race in more monsoon conditions. And then Marcus said, start, wait 15 seconds to LMP1. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't understand. I just don't understand what's happening. You left 15 seconds. You left 15. What? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, because it's LMDH. I don't even know. Guys, I just don't know. Everyone knows my views on what iRacing needs to do. I don't even need to say anything anymore. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, the game was it was telling me here. I left a gap early on here. I was like, oh, I want to leave a gap. And then it kept saying, no, you need to be closer to car 30, which is this guy. And then this guy spun and pulls over. So I'm like, hang on, what's going on here? So then he stopped. Then he starts going again. And I've let, it's like, okay, fine. The game was telling me to be closer. Yeah, and I don't know, Thomas. Like, why would it even matter? Especially in the wet. You just go slowly at the start anyway. And then this guy spins here. I just love this. And they got like this is traffic jam. I just love how this car, I love how this guy is P1. This is P1. Absolutely love this. Hang on, that looked like a I know. This guy's P1 and then this happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's last. Oh dear. Amazing. Oh, that was good fun. I enjoyed it, to be honest. Stuart Racing. I mean, I've played iRacing for thousands of hours. There's people doing ridiculous stuff. A lot of it's accidental. A lot of it's from netcode. A lot of it's from car contacts and just how iRacing works. You know, iRacing don't moderate the servers very well unless it's someone driving around backwards or swearing or being racist or something. They really don't, because they can't think of it from a business perspective. Why would you ban someone for something that's like an accident? You give them a warning, and then how are you going to know? And then most of the reports they get are going to be from like the weirdo butthurt people. That's going to be most of the reports they get are going to be like the most mega nerdy losers that report everything. That'll be like 90% of their reports. So the only solution would be for iRacing to have moderators occasionally in the servers and to actually pit people or give penalties in the session. Not every session. I've been through this, but it's pointless. Whatever I could tell you guys exactly probably a very good way that they could do it based off my experience of doing some games design stuff or just experience of doing too many racing sims and things. And what will happen is, at the end of the day, iRacing's making money, so what's their business case for it? And loads of iRacers will be like, oh no, you don't know, you're wrong. How they do? They'll just give loads of counter arguments. So the community behind iRacing wouldn't listen anyway, so they wouldn't put pressure on it. So it's like pointless. so you know, it's like the LFM servers. Like I said early on, I was like, right, you need to keep it simple. You need to have just MX5 and just maybe a Radical, 3 cars, basic tracks, and keep it like maybe 2 events. Every half hour there's a race, or every hour there's a race. Keep it really simple, keep people in it. And the problem is the bulk of sim racers don't understand game design, or they're not a bulk, but there'll be like 60-70% of people that aren't that experienced or just don't understand how these things work, and they will then make up the majority of a community, and the community will have niche things that they want that aren't necessarily the views of what would be in the interest of the wider group of people. And so whenever you suggest something, you'll get a majority of backlash from large numbers of people that are embedded in the community for something that actually don't understand the wider context of the issue. This is what happens in all things in life. This is like politics and everything. So basically, someone that might be the person that actually knows what is very likely to be a really good solution to something has to, like, either they have to create the thing themselves, which requires an insane amount of luck, initial wealth, or whatever for them to be in the in-charge position of that specific thing. Either that's the case, or they have to dedicate an inordinate amount of time through mostly argument from authority or weird like Machiavellian techniques to get the people that don't know better to then agree with them. So, yeah. So the reality is that that's why most things in the world end up being a total mess. It's actually amazing how far humanity's managed to get, given how, like, if you think about it, so like just think from like a basic education perspective, someone that has like critical thinking or is somewhat educated, like going back hundreds of years or whatever, the vast majority of people wouldn't be educated in those things. They'll just be acting randomly. So it's very unlikely that the person that's actually thinking or coming up with solutions that would actually be beneficial would ever get listened to, because the majority of people in any scenario are going to be ignoring that minority because they're not going to understand what that minority is actually suggesting or presenting, or they won't be able to conceptualize why it's better. It's probably why it takes hundreds of thousands of years for like technology to develop. But yeah, so I was thinking about this the other day, how it's surprising that really minority groups of thinkers in a given scenario, or someone that comes up with technology, or someone that comes up with a genuinely better way of doing things, it's surprising that ever actually does occur in a positive way, or that things gravitate in a positive direction. But then maybe you need the average person to just sort of go with argument from authority and just do like that. Maybe that resistance to any kind of change, good or bad, maybe on average that's a successful thing. So I don't know. It's quite an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, I do. Stuart Rice. Yeah, the critical thinking thing is really quite worrying. But at the same time, it's hard for someone to be use critical thinking on everything, and you'll notice even people that are particularly good critical thinkers will still have massive blind spots where they suddenly seemingly don't apply critical thinking, which is weird. Right. Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I definitely think critical thinking education is very lacking. Magi Window is something you see in every IMSA race. Not every IMSA race. I've done lots of IMSA races, and yeah, sometimes people leave more space, and sometimes they don't. But the game doesn't actually moderate it. Also, the game is telling you to go closer. Also, it's the wet anyway, so even if you're in LMP2, it doesn't, and you're in P1 and P2, it doesn't mean that you have to actually charge in at full pace, even if you're closer to the cars in front. So as long as the LMP2 cars aren't like causing crashes, like, it doesn't really matter, does it? The issue would be so on Road America, on some tracks, the LMP2 cars are faster at the start of the lap or parts of the lap than the LMDH, and iRacing haven't designed a de facto gap, and so you end up with LMP2 cars overtaking the back of the LMDH cars. But that's a design issue for iRacing to fix. So, but yeah, if it's really wet weather, like in that race, it won't make any difference because the people are going to spin anyway. They spun before the start line. If they're spinning before the start line, you're going to have LMDH cars behind the LMP2 anyway. So, and I wasn't in first place. I was in second place. So, yeah. And I wasn't charging through the LMDHs anyway. I would have just stayed behind them. Or wait for them to crash. So I don't think it would make any difference, because even if you left 15 seconds, they're still going to crash. There's going to be loads of crashes. You're going to overtake cars anyway. So, yeah, I don't think it makes that much difference. So it's a bit weird for someone in chat to complain. But they will complain, won't they? if they enjoy it, I don't know. It is interesting how on one level there's quite a few people that will roleplay iRacing, and they're like, "Oh, I want it to be real driving, so I'm going to roleplay all these made up rules that are a mixture of how they think real racing works." And then in other instances, they're like, "Oh no, you have to do it this way because iRacing's a game." And it's like, "Well, hang on, mate, you got to make your mind up here." Yeah, I know, mate. I've seen both happen. The thing is, it's not even like a consistent thing, is it? You know something's gone wrong if I qualify in second. I mean, that's where the problem is. If I'm qualified in second, there's something severely wrong with the simulator. Really. It should basically, if I qualify second, my computer should just blue screen. And I would accept it. I go, okay, yeah, fair enough. That's fine. I understand. I think I might do this fixed GT3 at Road America. Built-in failsafe, yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm terrible. I am, like... I mean, I guess I've just done a lot of sim racing now, but I'm pretty terrible. I always say this, sim racing isn't really my thing. Like, I'm good at light gun games, but they never took off. That's what I'm genuinely really good at, light gun games. Or was, probably not anymore. I'm not naturally good at sim racing. I just enjoy it. I'm good at helicopters as well. Helicopters and light gun games, that's my thing. But they never took off, so here I am playing driving sims. Let's see what we got from that last race. Then we gained like loads of safety rating, which doesn't make any sense after getting punted. We do play helicopters in Microsoft Flight Sim every now and again. We do like helicopters. Right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got -1 safety rating. And we got plus 65 safety rating. -1 I rating. Because I only had 5x. They call me the Rainmaster. The thing is, every day, apart from this summer where I'm dying of heat exhaustion, if you're British, you basically live in a swimming pool 24/7. I don't know why we build swimming pools here. Waste of money. You can just go outside and wave your arms around and it's like, oh, it's swimming. Yeah, I normally stack up the 1Xs as well. No, unless they completely rewrite the tyre model, I'll stick to LMP2, F4 Super Formula. Beautiful. I might make some cheese on toast actually. Just occurred to me. I'm not a fan of front wheel drive cars in general unless they have really a lot of oversteer. God willing. Inshallah. God willing. God willing. We'll fix. It's so funny. Yeah, I don't think even God will God of the tyre models. God's just a troll when it comes to physics. Real world physics are a troll. Have you ever seen a physics programmer with hair? I haven't. Ah, dear. Oh, this is well good. My key light is matching the light of the game perfectly. That's well random. I've recently just got a newer key video light, like a 15-inch. Can't really show it on the stream. Like a 15-inch square light box light. It's exactly the same colour as the sky in iRacing on the OLED. It's really weird. It's like a active lighting. Right, I'm gonna just get. How long have we got until the next race? Like, probably like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna get some bread. I'll be back in a second. Thanks everyone for watching though. Thanks for clicking the like button on YouTube and following and subscribing and all that lark. I really appreciate it. afraid you guys are gonna have to stop simping over Chair Muscle. Chair Muscle's the real sim racing thought. Chair Muscle's a proper hoe. Oh. I've not even tried this. Bosch. I've not had anything that's Bosch for a long time. Everything used to be Bosch. Bosch. Bish bash Bosch. Ah, braking. Stopping it, speeding. Bloody hell. Bosch. Ah, it's good fun, isn't it, Ritual? Why is my... Every car has its own bindings because of the button. Try that again. There we go. Nice. Yeah. Oh, I need to turn the full speed back down a bit here. What's the button in the car? Oops, not that one. There we go. I think America hates British people because whenever it's American tracks, why is it so slidey? Whenever it's American tracks, it's sunny, and whenever it's British tracks, it's cloudy. Oh well, that's enough practice. We ain't finishing this without getting wrecked.
Car right. Keep to the left. Clear on the right. Left side. Stay on the right. Clear.
My training session is done. I feel like I'm ready for a race. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah. It's what happens when you have a car that's a bit sluggish. GT3 is the closest you could ever get to cross-channel ferry racing. Like P&O battle racing. I think GT3 cars have like a duty free in them, don't they? With cigars, cigarettes, whiskey. It's on the back seat.
The pace car is out of control.
Halfway, KCK, hello. Halfway through the race, the driver has to announce, "Hey, from Spain." Whereabouts in Spain are you? I like Spain. I've only ever been to Mallorca and Valencia. And Portugal. That's basically Spain. Lol. Hang on, I'm waiting for the hate from the Portuguese viewers. Oh, did you just drive in Spain? Is there a limit? A limit to what? There's no limit? Don't you know the song? There's no limit. You live in Nordschleife. Nice. How do I feel on the Spring versus Alastronomer debate? I didn't know there was a debate. Is that what the riots were about in the UK recently? People are very passionate about pedals these days. I like Elastomers. Because I'm not a big fan of the VRS pedal feel. But they're perfectly fine. I don't think it matters. You just get used to it. To be honest, all brake pedals should be like active pedals but not cost £2,000. Everything should be a DD. Everything. Fact. Tell me something. What is made worse? What is made worse? The best with a DD wheel, nothing. Dishwasher, DD wheel better. Clothes washer, DD better. Sim rig, DD better. Tactile transducers, DD better. Cars, they have DD wheels, better. You could probably put a DD wheel in a pizza oven, better. I'd like a DD washing machine. They're quite expensive though, aren't they? They're silent though. Oh, once your dog's got to catch some balls, love it. Does Spain have an equivalent of salted cod? I thought that was so funny. Like Portuguese people, they're like, salted cod! Salted cod is amazing! And you're like, it's really good! It's not bad, but... It's like British people going, Yorkshire pudding, guys, it's amazing! You're like, oh, okay. Hello, Hammer Time. Yeah, I really liked when I was with the ImSim guys, we had some octopus that was cooked, slow cooked octopus. That was really nice. What's that Francisini? How do you say it? The like different meats and cheese. Is it cheese and stuff? Francina. I can't pronounce it. Portuguese words are impossible. They seem like they'd be easy to say, but they never are. They're all they're all like a trick. Yeah, that is really nice though. I liked Porto. Was really nice. The people in Portugal, just like randomly, are just really nice. Yeah, why are Portuguese people so friendly apart from you, random call sign? What's that about? Random call sign is the most grumpy Portuguese person I've ever met. Well, actually, random call sign is the most grumpy person on earth, I think. Random call sign is such a dad. Random, you're like the biggest, you're like the most dad. I can just picture random call sign on a porch with like a beer in one hand, grumbling about something. Random dad sign. I'm saying you're the most daddy dad that I've seen. And I can picture you just sitting on a porch with a can of beer in your hand, grumbling about stuff. Oh dear. All the other dads I know are not very daddy. Like, but they're good. They're good. They're really good parents and stuff. But they're not like dad-like. Yeah, random call sign, getting his shotgun, taking pot shots at like wild hares that he'll then put in his dinner. With his leaky car. Which is oh dear. Random call signs like a Portuguese Homer Simpson. Oh, thanks for the tea bag, Jada. Beautiful. Except with hair. But maybe that's what it is. Guys, check out Random Call Sign's channel. He does like review videos and does streaming every now and again. You have to have banter when you've got no hair. You have a choice. That's all I've got. Have you driven this P&O ferry recently? It's pretty good. What would you like from the duty free? We've got a reduced price on cigars, if you'd like one of them. We've got some international whiskies. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to the Road America cross-channel ferry experience. Today's duty free, we have a pan-European selection of goods, of course, all tax-free, though sold at suspiciously high prices, negating the fact that they're duty-free. The beauty is you won't have to declare any items bought in the duty-free. We have, say, a lot of selection of drinks. We have a lot of cuddly toys, and of course, taking up half the duty-free is our Toblerone bar section. In fact, 3/4 of the duty-free is Toblerone bars. We've not actually ever sold a Toblerone bar, but we have 50,000 of them for you to pick one. White chocolate Toblerone bars as well, dark chocolate and the classic. Three for two. Special offer on Toblerone bars. Why do you only get Toblerone bars in duty free? Is it like a law? If you're going to sell duty free, you have to sell 1 billion Toblerone bars. Maybe the pyramids were made out of Toblerone bars. Right, fixed setup. Don't think we qualified very well there. No, but it could have been worse. Could have been worse. Let me do a prediction here. Start a prediction. Top 10. 2 minutes. Here you go, guys. The entire ferry is a Toblerone bar with a small duty-free section. Ah, great, we get to do a full outlap. I love that.
On the left side, the estimated SOF is 1,862.
Are Toblerones actually Swiss?
Ideal today, look for opportunity. Still waiting on 2
What's in the Lisbon duty free? I tell you, the duty free in the, I don't know which airport it was actually. In Italy, some of the Italian airports have. It might have been Rome. Yeah, Rome. Rome has a well good airport supermarket. That's mental. The airport at Rome is insane. It's like a huge shopping centre. It's mental. Yeah, the Rome airport was actually really good. It had like stuff in the normal bit, and then even more stuff. And there are loads of like little restauranty bits, and that's probably like the most. I'm trying to think what the duty frees there are. The UK one's rubbish. I mean, bloody Gatwick and Heathrow are crap, but Gatwick's got a pub overlooking the airfield, depending on which term.
Remember, guys, no braking at turn 1.
Heathrow's too busy. Which terminal is it, Heathrow? I always get the. There's like 3 terminals at Heathrow, isn't there? 3 main ones. Duty free is just tax free, yeah. Basically. So it's 20% off, but then it's more expensive, so you don't actually save anything. It's just completely pointless. It's even stupider when they do it on aeroplanes. So back in the day, the other thing is that, so in the UK, what drinks and stuff is quite expensive, especially imported drinks. So back in the day, a lot of people would get they probably still do it now, but you could you were allowed to like fill a car up with like wine and stuff, and so people would drive to France, buy loads of nice wine and bring it back. But it's I think it's I don't think you can do that now. Probably even less so with Brexit. You probably have to declare it all. It used to be cigarettes and stuff was a big thing. Oh, you can still do it, but the prices probably aren't as good as they used to be. But you could probably get better stuff still. I just don't. It was a massive difference back in like the 90s and 2000s, as far as I'm aware. Also, in France, you can buy like. Well, actually, in the past, it was harder to. They didn't sell wine in the same way. Like Lidl's and things weren't really a big thing up until like what 2003, 2004. It's like the big supermarkets, I think, had quite expensive wines in them. Whereas you can get quite good value wine now in Lidl's, just perfectly fine. I don't drink anymore. I'm just basing this off. I don't. That's a stupid joke. Oh, what's this? Graphic adjustments. Oh, it's there we go. Get ready, guys. Oof. Moving on. Right, get ready for the race, guys. Here we go. Vehicles for life! Vehicles for T1, that's what's happening
Going
here.
green.
This is going to be...
Pace car is off. Green flag, green flag. Right side. Still there, hold your line. Clear. Right side.
Well, someone spins. We're not going to be able to go anywhere.
Stay on the left. Clear.
These cars are so big.
Car on your left.
I mean, they are... They really are like cross-channel ferries.
Still there.
He's not making that.
Right, 3 wide. Left side, 2 wide.
Well, apparently he is. I moved over because I was like, that car coming up the inside is going to smash everyone. I guess this car's got ABS, so it didn't lock up.
Keep to the right. Keep to the right. Still there, hold your line. Clear on the left.
It's my first time driving this car on this track, so I really don't know what to expect.
Go right.
The spotter called that out a bit late. It probably is flat out, yeah, but I don't know what these guys are doing, so
On your left.
might be maybe a little lift.
Still there.
Too wide.
Still there. Clear on the left.
I'm not really sure why people drive this car instead of like an F4 car or something.
Go left. Right side. Clear on the right.
Road America's a good track, yeah. Well, iRacing's got more people in it. ACC has more realistic tyres at the limit, but ACC's also got some other weird stuff in it.
I don't like ACC, but I do like the Normalist. But that is amazing. So it's probably one of the.
iRacing has like IMSA and stuff you can do.
One of the or not the best simulation to practice, like even F1 or GT mods. It's really good.
iRacing's got voice chat, which apparently is not working on mine. I only really like the AC1 GT3 cars, or maybe R Factor 2 a bit. I don't think GT3 cars are done very well in most sims, to be honest. They drive like tanks, whereas you can just watch onboards of real GT3 cars and they're way more agile. They're even more agile than the ones in AC1. I don't know why Sims seem to make a mess of them. I think the systems and things, and then you've got the Sims tyre models and stuff, I don't know. I think Formula cars are just better in Sims generally. They've got better racing, they're more nimble, downforce fixes a lot of tyre model issues. Yeah, I definitely think the iRacing one's very floaty. But it's just how the tyres are in this Sims. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm hot, and you're not.
Yeah, the RSS GT3 cars for AC are fantastic. Well, I don't think a race car should have ABS and TC. Well, actually, no. If it's like a mental car, like an F2004, then I give TCs alright. But for a GT car, come on. Come on. We just... Okay. Maybe we do need a little bit of a lift there. The issue that ACC has is it has a massive dead spot in its force feedback, which weirdly iRacing doesn't have. iRacing actually has good dynamic range for its force feedback, but it's just tyre models really wonky. ACC has no force feedback for the limit. Which, if you like driving from force feedback, it gets really annoying. But ACC is super easy to drive, and the cars are nice and controllable over the limit and stuff. For me as well, I don't like the... I think ACC is fine as a game. I think it's good that it's on console. I think you can have a lot of fun with it. LFM's really good. It's fantastic value for money. But I don't like the graphics engine. It looks blurry. I can't get good performance from it, and the force feedback lacks detail. It's very, like, baked feeling. It's not very dynamic. It's very abrupt. Probably good for lower end wheels though, to be honest. You get really strong self-aligning force, which is what a lot of people, and vibrations, which is what a lot of people latch onto when they're new to sim racing. iRacing, you have to drive like iRacing, so it doesn't really drive like any other sim. Just notice, look at the lights on the back of this Ferrari in front of me. They look like shades. They're like sunglasses. Like a pair of sunglasses that have been left on the back of the car, on the right and on the left. Like 90s sunglasses. Cool. Oh look, they're tinted sunglasses. I think the thing is, once you learn to just always drive under the limit and turn the thug life, turn the wheel at a set angle and then drive on the accelerator and brake and drive in it, like drive preemptively, then that's how you have to drive iRacing. And weirdly, it means that iRacing is quite relaxing to drive because there's no, you're not having to constantly balance the cars, and you know you're braking a bit, you're balancing on the brakes a little bit on an accelerator, but you don't have to. You basically just ignore the steering wheel in iRacing. You sort of just turn it at a fixed angle that's the right angle for that corner, maybe unwind it a little bit. So, which makes iRacing, once you know a car and a track, you can turn your brain off. Like, iRacing is like kayaking. It's really weird. Like, when I play AC1, which we play a lot of, I'm wrecked. After five hours of AC1, I'm absolutely wrecked. And we race against higher skilled drivers in iRacing, generally speaking, because it's got more players and more splits and stuff. But I've done 14-hour iRacing live streams. I couldn't physically do that in AC. Like, my brain would be cooked, my arms would be cooked. You know. So, but iRacing is harder to learn because you have to drive in a way that's like no other sim. Turn your brain off, yeah. Well, you have to think about it. Cars are designed for race drivers, and race drivers aren't exactly the... they're not renowned for being, shall we say, chess players. You know, they're not renowned for being the most complex of people, should we say. Like, your average race driver's views on things could be considered to be probably less nuanced than many other people's views on things. I'm getting good at this, guys. Yeah, but AC1's even more like that, Mage, and R Factor 2, and LMU. But keep in mind at all times, in case you're questioning things,
iRacing is the most advanced and comprehensive racing simulation software in the world. It's also the most realistic.
Oh dear. Now that's iRacing's marketing material. Yeah, you got to keep it in your head.
I don't like ACC, but I do like the Normalist. So that is amazing. So it's probably one of the well, one of the or not the best simulation to practice, like even F1 or GT mods. It's really good.
What's funny is Morad is actually quite critical of stuff, but people ignore the negatives he say, which are the exact negatives that every race driver would say, and the stuff I've been saying for years. They ignore it and focus on the few positives he says. Selective confirmation bias. Morad's actually pretty rounded and reasonable with what he says about any sim that he plays, to be honest. It's really weird, yeah. I mean, I get it as well. Like, and obviously, I've not got the social media presence that an actual race driver has, and I've seen it happen to Jimmy and Jarday as well. People will completely misquote and hear what they want to hear, or hear what they want to hear negatively as much as positively, and then they will go into other streamers' chats or on forums and be like, Jimmy Broadbent said this, Daniel Morad said this. It's like, well, I know these people, and I know that they didn't say this. James Baldwin said this. You know, it's like I can pretty much have a reasonable idea of the type of things that Stephen, Jimmy, James, Jardier would say. Like, it's, and then I've seen people say that I've said stuff that I've just never said. It's just like, as I say, sometimes it's positively inventing stuff, and sometimes it's negatively inventing stuff. then the thing you have to learn is to ignore those things as well. And then because if you're starting out streaming or doing YouTube, you could have someone that comes into your chat and maybe they're a fan of you, and then they would say something negative about someone else that they just made up. And if you're new, you could be like, oh, that's weird, why have they said that negative thing about me? But actually it's just Chinese whispers. So yeah, you have to keep in mind that everyone has their own sort of game that they play. I mean, like, I play a lot of iRacing. I play a lot of games. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm endorsing every single component of it.
Appreciate it.
Also, when it comes to like CS2, for example, I like it's easy to get in a game with a few friends and it's got matchmaking and stuff. But I way prefer Day of Defeat, for example, or other games. But I'll play CS2 more because it's just more convenient, and so you then end up playing it more and getting used to it. So with Sims, it's like, well, the fact is, iRacing is the most active. It's got the most competition in it. So if you're somewhat decent sim racer, you're more likely to get a jump in race on iRacing. And then if you're an influencer, if you actually genuinely wanted to do, if you genuinely want to get a viewership, you're going to need to either pick between Gran Turismo, Formula 1 or iRacing. So, you know, you're just not going to get enough viewers actually driving other simulators if your goal was to actually be successful. Like, obviously I hate myself, so I play a lot of AC because I just like it. But also, which user base is going to have more disposable income to buy like driver coaching or, you know, merch and stuff? Is it going to be people playing the free game, or is it going to be people spending £200-300 a year on a game? Do you know what I mean? It's just capitalism, for good or bad. Yeah, well, Race Room's fantastic, but I personally prefer AC, but Race Room's good. Yeah, and there's a common myth with sim racers. They'll latch onto what one driver happens to say, specific points from one driver, and ignore the 50 other drivers that have as equally a valid view. But they're not playing a certain video game because they don't like it at all. So they're not, and they're not doing streaming or something. So yeah, people are just very selective with confirmation bias. This is a right cruise. Yeah, it's a shame that they stopped running the NSU in ranking in Race Room. Like, I think if Race Room 4 years ago had like a user interface that did like the hourly split racing, right? It's a ranked racing thing. And a main thing that they run was just NSU with giant grids, which a race room can have like 40, 50 car grids. They could have been like well big, but the thing is, Race Room's not a huge developer, and the dev team do a fantastic job. But like you know, I think KW should have given them more. You know, more, because the Race Room dev team are awesome. We're getting a 9th place out of this. Yeah, but as for Morad, I like him, generally speaking. Like, I mean, from what I've seen, he could be a psychopath. I mean, he is Canadian. That's pretty bad. he got absolutely attacked by ACC fanboys. It's just so stupid. It's just dumb. Like, it's just... There's a lot of stupidity in sim racing, especially, as I always say this, like the sort of fanboys of each game are so moronic, and you'll get it with anything, but I think sim racing is particularly bad, where there's just these mega absolute moron fanboys that they're completely deluded. AC, ACC, AMS2, iRacing, doesn't matter. It's just like there's a selection of people that are completely brainwashed by the sort of authority argument from the developers or from their favourite driver that happens to play their video game, or I don't know, some like delusion they've got.
This is crazy race. Thank you, Alan.
Well, that was pretty chill.
There's the flag. It's over. Good job. Very good job.
Car's a bit dull, but it's alright for like rowboat driving. You what? ACC, the force feedback and suspension physics are good. Oh, what is it? Is this the people that are ignoring the stuff that's stupid? Let's do just one more update. Yeah. Just one more update. Oh, next update is going to be game changing. Guys, it's game changing. Jardier's just good at what he does. I always say this, he's a super nice guy in real life, so... Well, he could be a murderer, but every time I've spent time with him, he's awesome, so... It's good, I like that Jardier's doing real driving. Right. What else can we do? That was like the dullest race in the history of iRacing. We need more non-alcoholic Guinness to get through this. Yeah, you need, as an influencer, you need to be able to get about 1,500, 2,500 live viewers, and that's enough audience that you would then be able to generate enough advertising revenue to justify a sponsorship of driving a real car. So basically, if your average YouTube video you uploaded got 80 to 100,000 views, or like let's say 50 to 100,000 views regardless of what you posted, because you know people are watching it because of you, that would be enough to be able to get a drive in a like a lower level motorsport. like, not low level, you know what I mean, like a sponsorship type thing, because the value that you can then offer to a brand would be, you know, in terms of how they can leverage your brand and marketing, and also be going to an audience that probably wouldn't be exposed to other marketing. So that's business. Well, that was that. I mean, that was all right, but that was just that was an all right cruise. That felt like a no Hesse session or something. What's the GT Sprint series? Oh, that's GT3 as well. Is the LMP2 race in the dry?
The pace car is out of control.
Let's do LMP2 at Le Mans. Thanks for following something or other. Mage Windu, when they update the renderer, it'll feel like a new game, probably. What, iRacing? I just think, so, at the moment, the cars don't drive like cars, let's be honest, despite the fact that...
iRacing is the most advanced and comprehensive racing simulation software in the world. It's also the most realistic.
Despite that fact, at the moment, it doesn't drive anything like a car. Nothing does in iRacing. Maybe when you're fast in a car with downforce. So the thing is, everyone's got used to how iRacing is now, which is fine. If they do change the tyres to realistic tyres, i.e. it will drive more like AC1, R-Factor 2, AMS1, you know, it'll actually drive like a car. That is going to be really hard for a lot of iRacers to drive. So I don't know how well that will go, even if they've done the right thing. As an example, ACC updated its physics. Not a huge amount, but they did updates. And those updates put off a lot of players that had just learnt how to play AC how it was before that update. So, because a lot of people playing Sims don't really... Well, first of all, they don't know what is generally realistic handling or not. They don't really care. And then they're not actually driving. They've learnt how to play that video game, which everyone does to a degree, to be fair. But, like, imagine you played Trackmania for 5 years, and then Trackmania randomly changed the physics. Right, it doesn't matter what's realistic or not. You've got a game that you've learned how to play. Like, look at Counter-Strike. Even the tiny changes from CS to CS2, which it's got the same game rule code and everything. It's just a different graphics engine. It's like such small changes. But because people have like 3,000 hours in Counter-Strike, I'm not one of them. Obviously, they'd be a loser. Because they've had so much time in it, they're hyper acutely aware of the changes, like tiny little changes in movement or spray or latency detection and stuff, and it drives people mental. Oh well, CS Source was shit, let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's just be real here. 1.3 was where Counter-Strike was the best. 1.5 they brought in the Riot Shield, which was terrible. I don't know who thought... Well, this is actually the weird thing. The original Counter-Strike developer liked stuff like the Riot Shield and actually wanted to do more random stuff like zip lines and like weird shit. The original Counter-Strike developer liked stuff like that, whereas the Counter-Strike user base just wanted a really pure, basically Desert Eagle, AK, M4, you know, and then like the wall banging was being able to shoot through walls and stuff, and the move, you know. But Source was so bad. Source was so poor. Like, the performance was terrible. The recoil was weird. The player movement was weird, but then everyone got used to it and really liked it. The lag was horrendous. 1.4. I actually quite like Condition Zero as well. yeah, so the point is, the reality is, iRacing's current tyre model is miles off how a real tyre behaves. And if they make it so that it behaves like a real tyre, i.e. the grip returns, goes quicker and returns quicker, and also is more controllable with all 4 tyres in a bit of slip, if they do that, it's going to have to play very differently. So it's going to really throw off a lot of players. I should do a video on this. But I got used to Source in the end. I did like Assault, the map, and I think Source was good fun. I really enjoyed. So this is weird. With CS:GO, I knew someone that knew someone at Valve, so I got a key really early, like really early in the beta, and I really enjoyed CS:GO from the get-go. Even when people were like, "Oh, it's shit," I really enjoyed it. But I did get to Global Elite eventually, but I was in that sort of medium skill level of Counter-Strike player, and I think CS:GO was really good for that medium skill player. I don't mind CS2 if it wasn't for cheaters, and they should have higher tick rate, but Hopium. Masters of Hopium. I've not spoken to them for ages, Yoko. I might know someone, but I wouldn't ask them for a key. The last thing that you want if you work in a dev studio is people asking you for bloody keys when you've got a new game coming out, because you get like 1,000 people asking you every day. Well, Yoko can confirm I'm basically like one of the world's greatest CS players now these days. I'm pretty damn good, you know. I'm at CS2, yeah. I'm pretty damn good. I'm often carrying Yoko. Hang on, didn't I get banned in the last game that we played because I team killed? Oh yeah, I team killed someone. Oh, you got a break for that corner. Someone kept telling the other team. Oh, it wasn't the last game; it was the game before. I was camping, and the guy on our team kept telling the other team where I was. So I team killed him, but did it too close to start the round, and I got a 30-minute cooldown. But I think if someone's ratting your position out to the enemy team, they deserve to be knifed, you know? I don't think that's unfair. Oh, it smells like it might rain. That's good. So bloody hot recently. I think what we need is someone to combine Counter-Strike type gameplay, gun recoil, with a proper like AC racing sim. So proper Counter-Strike gunplay and player movement, but then AC and then a world map like Grand Theft Auto. There you go, perfect game. So like proper, you've got to do heists. That's it. You've got to do heists, but it's got real car physics, real police chases, and real driving. But then you also use a mouse for shooting. I was at a LAN party once, and one of the guys that was there was cheating, so he took his PC out and put it on the lawn outside, kicked him out. That's how it should work. That's how you should deal with cheaters. Throw them out on the lawn. That'll learn them. Yeah, I'm not really sure why you would cheat at a LAN, but that's pretty smooth brain, isn't it? I mean, people are going to notice, aren't they? People are going to notice. Yeah, that's a bit of a tug on that. Toyota Hybrid. When was this track last updated? Oh dear. Ah, that's good. That's nice to have a vintage track model to drive. Wow, that was a good lap.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Janusz Kowalski, you remember how long I'd kept my CRT just because of Counter-Strike? Look, if you can't make up for a ghosting LCD screen, you're not a real gamer. I haven't tried it on my rig. No, I've done mixed reality VR stuff. I've done some stuff that was a bit like doing that, but I've not done it with the new stuff. So you used to be able to, with the Vive, the HTC Vive, you used to be able to have a pass-through of the webcam, and then you could superimpose that, which was quite cool. But yeah, I've not tried the new mixed reality, the virtual reality mixer app thing, but it's a good idea. Oh yeah, where did we finish in the last race? We did get top 10. Not the last one, but the one we did this poll for. And we do a poll on this one. Gain 10, 15i rating on this one. There you go. New poll. Yeah. No, it's good. It is a bit weird that it takes iRacing so long to update the tracks, given that they have people paying a monthly fee and they buy the tracks individually. You would have thought that iRacing would have like a specific department that basically just keeps touching up the tracks rather than doing... They tend to just do a whole track in like a full release every like 4 or 5 years or whatever. They do like a big update when they do it. Well, hey, 6. That's the thing is. Hello, Andrew McCormick. The great thing about playing iRacing is you can really feel like you're playing a 90s video game, which is nice. So it's good. It's like going to one of those computer museums. You have like the Babbage calculator difference engine. You have ENAC or whatever it's called. The
Hey guys, we start Fire or what we're doing?
The code breaking machine. And then you have iRacing.
Check, check, check.
Checkity check check.
Alrighty, check. Yeah, good luck, Finn. Maybe we stop single file, I hope.
Yeah, we got to leave 15 seconds gap.
One to go.
No, this is just
See how the
LMP2.
boys are feeling up front.
Estimated strength of field is 2,253. Pit road is closed right now. Let's go points racing.
Points racing. As opposed to pointless racing. Hope you guys are enjoying the relaxing stream. The smooth jazz. Nice. Great.
Five cars left to grid.
I'm actually playing this whilst we're driving. I'm very good at playing music with one hand.
Still waiting on 2 cars to grid.
Ah, wow, you know, my toast making is pretty good. Look how thin the vertical struts are on this car. You'd have thought through corners they'd get quite a lot of horizontal load, which for carbon fibre you'd think would be...
Le 20 minutes du...
Catched up 6 cars.
What you don't know is that the majority of iRacing is actually programmed in Pascal. It's iRacing is the first driving sim to ever be programmed in Excel. What you're looking at is just very small cells.
More.
Oh, this is going to be a wreck fest. That's part of the fun, though. Grip levels are determined by someone in iRacing office turning a big dial that randomises grip for each car. It's on the wall in the office. With a direct link to the mainframe. Dig, that's like my forehead. Might not be a great hairstyle, but so long as it's not too sunny, it's comfortable on the eyes. No complex hair follicles.
About to go green. Stay focused.
One single pink texture. I know what you mean. Yeah, games with a lot of like noise and complex shadows and shaders and things can be a bit
Pace car is off. Be
a
ready.
bit much.
Green, green, green. Left side. Clear on the left. Go left. Left side. Keep to the right. Clear on the left. Right side. Clear on the right.
Drifting.
Right side. Still there, hold your line. Keep to the left. Clear.
The car on the left lost the draft train. Why are these guys all braking so slow? Very strange. Hello, Bob Windy. Why is Paul being negative about iRacing? He's always positive. How is he being negative? Paul's not well positive. He plays train sims. You can't be angry at train sims. Guys, you should check out Paul Smith. Smileable. Give him a follow. Toyota Hybrid. It's a good way to learn this track, this. Follow LMP2 cars around. Okay, I'll move out of the way because otherwise you're going to plough me.
The pace car is out of control.
Thanks for following. Welcome. Grumpy one. Not sure why he's not got enough speed to pass there. He almost wrecked us. What's he doing?
Clear. Go left. You got a slow car on the left. Right side.
Oh my god. What? How? Did I? What?
You've got wheel damage.
God damn, iRacers cannot drive.
Go left.
I even moved out of the way. I moved out of the way of those guys that were being total noobs to let them through because they were so crap. And yet another car manages to drive into me. I basically moved off the track to avoid them. How does anyone take the driving in this vaguely like what on earth? If you're driving off the track to avoid people, the quality of this car's so like sluggish and slow. I don't know how people are struggling that much because you can't even brake at the limit, so you can't even drive it aggressively. It doesn't support it, so I don't know why they're even trying. I didn't even brake early. I know you say sarcastic, but like I didn't even brake early. I moved over to the left and broke late to really open it up. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Oh, KHMP1, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. I did. Well, the guy behind me didn't brake at all, did he? Yeah, I mean, is there the comparison between a car that didn't brake and did? I mean, I guess he was never. He broke me, so I guess, yeah. To be fair, he broke me. Maybe that's the meta. Obviously, it was definitely my driving, I think. I think I clearly caused whatever happened there was pretty much down to me, I think. I think I could have just not joined the race. Probably would have avoided the crash then. Oh dear. I think it was my wheel rotation, actually. I've been studying this. broke diffuser mounting. Oh dear.
Pit box in 10,
How do people struggle with this car? It's such like a
5,
tank.
3,
It's not like something surprising is going to happen.
right here. All the damage is repairable.
Oh yeah, in like a week. Let's have a look at that. Bloody hell. Oh, the whole back of my car's gone. Dear, iRacing, guys. Right. So this guy is driving into me like a tit. He's got damage, I think, because his car's scraping along the floor. I don't know. And he's not making... Like, first of all, what is this guy doing? What move is this? Oh, because this guy's broke here, because he's got damage. What's this guy doing? This guy almost hits me. Well, in fact, he drives into the side of me. Why is he even doing this? Like, what is this move called? Why? What even is that? And that's not even the one that hit me. The one that hit me was this guy. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't even him. Sorry, apologies, guys. The guy that hit me was literally 100 meters away. What? What? Why? How? How can you miss the break point by that much? That's an achievement. That's actually... I mean, really quite special. We are where we expected to be. What, in the hospital? Why would you not? Was he just planning to go straight on or something? He's come off the brakes as well. Oh, he's broke on the grass. Ah, and I've had to move because of that guy was crashing into us. So I've had to move to the left to avoid that green car, which then puts us in the path of this missile. I mean, there's no way he's ever making this. I mean...
iRacing is the most advanced and comprehensive racing simulation software in the world. It's also the most realistic.
Oh dear. That was a fun race. Not sure what else is going on here. I mean, the IMSA IMSA's in the wet, so you're just driving around by yourself whilst everyone crashes around you. Super Formula Lights are at Mugello. I'll have to buy a track, but we could do that maybe. Not today, but in the week that could be okay. Oh dear, yeah. Well, I think I'm just gonna call it a night tonight for now. It's just one of those. Those are LMP2 cars, comfy clouds, and to be honest, most LMP2 drivers are normal guys. You'd be surprised. The intense poker. I don't think you could even do that anymore. Just so stupid. Intense micro stakes poker. Yeah. Right. On that note of the car in the bottom, let me send you to someone. Who would you like to go to? I think we should go to Paul Smith because he's complaining. Yes. He's having bad races. Look at his grumpy face. Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon. I'll catch you soon, hopefully. Give us a sub on YouTube if you like our videos and stuff. Give Paul a follow. And I'll catch you guys soon. Have a good night. Thanks for watching and subbing everything. We appreciate it. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye. In a minute. Okay. Goodbye, guys.